with this matchup tomorrow and your thoughts on Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, I think again another opportunity to come out and continue to get better in the areas that we feel we can. I definitely thought there was good chunks and good moments last match against Kansas City that we felt like we continued to progress in the right direction. The speed of play in which we're playing at and sustaining possession higher up the pitch, having a little bit more creativity and fluidity in those moments, I think is continuing to showcase itself. So it's another step for us, another opportunity for us. There is no easy game in this league. Every game you have to prepare for to the best of your ability. And for us, it's just going to be a next step for us.
Were you aware that after this weekend, you'll have played 8 of your 10 games against teams in playoff positions to start the season, including 6 on the road?
Sorry, say that again, Jeff.
Were you aware that 8 of your 10 games after this weekend will be against teams in playoff positions?
Yeah.
6 of those have been on the road.
Yeah, and I think for me, it's been just a consistent theme of the team. I've seen it so often in this league. The team that can peak at the right time could be a very successful team. And so for us, I'm going to go out and say that I definitely believe this tie was different. That's genuinely how I truly believe. And so for us, if we could continue to build off of these pieces and continue to get points, I think we'll be in a good position to hopefully continue to peak at the right time.
Questions for Bev?
Emma's had a big week,
Yes.
winning goal of the
Yes,
week,
yes.
signing a new contract.
Yes.
You all had obviously scouted her before you picked her in the draft, but what has surprised you about her game and what has she shown so far this season that you may not have been expecting?
Yeah, I mean, I think when she first came in, right, she first stepped foot, there was something about just seeing her in person in the environment that I'm like, dang, like, she's just her physique just screams. Yeah, just I think she's shown her ability through her physique as well. How she is. Again, I've told several people this. She doesn't run, she glides. And on top of that, she's very technically good. So I think a lot of her attributes scream so much ability in this league. She's also very coachable. And so for me, it's just continuing to push her in the ways that we believe as a staff she could continue to be pushed, and recognizing where we feel like pieces of her game are at that are strengths of hers.
Yeah, this past game we saw a defender score, we saw Sab score, we saw Emma score. What does that say about the depth of the offense, obviously on all lines?
Yeah. I think the depth's so important, and I think the buy-in as a group is so important. And I think that last game again to touch on a little bit more of the fluidity and the relationships continuing to be built. Relationships take time, processes take time, and I think every game we're trying to take obviously the learnings from it, but the growing from it, and how those relationships are continuing to be built. Obviously, getting people higher up. Has been something that we've been looking at and working on. And I think the group's doing a fantastic job looking to execute it and continue to grow from it.
And what do we know about Chicago as a team as you guys prepare to play them for the first time this season?
Yeah. Obviously, a very organized side, a side that likes to play predominantly through someone like Mal Swanson, right, in transition. So I think obviously for us, it's continuing to what we believe we do and our identity does and will do this game. And then just the awareness in transition with what we look like, specifically from an awareness factor of where those players are operating and how they're trying to find them in transition.
When did you and Ryan start to realize, okay, Emma's somebody we need to lock up?
Yeah, and I think, obviously deep dive into last year when we first started the whole process from a draft perspective, we started very early. Sergio Gonzalez is the one that leads it for us. And he was big on identifying her the previous year, and kept his finger and thumb, if you will, on the idea of her throughout that entire recruitment process. And she was definitely somebody that we were like, if she's available, obviously as that pick came closer and closer, please be available, please be available. But there was a moment of, who are we going with at this point? And it was very much so, we're going with Emma, we're going with Emma. And looking back at that now, I'm so freaking happy that that's who we went with. Extremely excited from what we got to see very early on and now what people are seeing here getting match minutes. And I definitely think the sky's the limit for her. And I'm just so glad she's here in Lavender.
You've started the last 3 games. What did she need to show you to that kind of trust? So
Yeah, and I think when opportunities open up and opportunities present themselves, you know, their jobs as players is to take advantage of them. And I think she's done a good job at taking advantage of her opportunity that has presented itself. And so for me, it's just been, can she showcase the different elements of her game? Can she play in behind? But also if she's played to her feet, how does she dribble and drive at a player? And I think she's showcasing all those different abilities and obviously very happy to see that from her.
One health question. Jay's been out for a bit.
Yes.
Are you? Is that a long-term concern for you guys with how long she's been out, or you just gotta take it again?
No, we got to take it day by day. Today she'll be in obviously the start of it, so she'll be in warm up and a few rondos. And then we'll take it day by day with her process in general. But she will be in a little bit of the start of training today, which is a good sign.
Anything else for Bev?
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Bev.
Appreciate it. Nice to see you guys.
Yep.